Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we will learn about profit and loss, profit or loss percentage, what is meant by marked price and discount, and then we'll jump into simple and compound interest, and finally we'll see what is depreciation of a value. Okay, so let's get started. First we have profit and loss. So what is profit and loss? So day-to-day life we have many transaction with money, right? So we buy, so in a general market if you see, we buy a good. Good is like singular of goods. Okay, let's say we buy goods at some price, and then if we are also some businessman, we sell them at another price. So the price we buy, it is called as cost price, and it is denoted by CP, and the price we sell them is called the selling price, and it is called as SP. Okay, so the profit is nothing but the margin, the difference we make. Suppose we sell at a higher price, we buy it at some 5 rupees and we sell it at 10 rupees, take a pen. Then the profit is how much more we earn from the cost price. So profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. So what about loss? So in this case we assume selling price is greater than cost price. In loss what happens? Suppose due to some reasons we are buying it at a higher price and then we are selling it at a lower price. So selling price is less than cost price. Then we face a loss. Loss is something undesirable, while profit is something which is good for us. So loss is cost price minus selling price. So loss is still positive, as you can see, because cost price is greater than selling price. Okay, this is profit and loss. So if you have given profit and loss, and any one of these quantities, we can still find the other quantity. For example, cost price here is nothing but selling price minus profit, and selling price is nothing but cost price plus profit. And here cost price is selling price plus loss, and selling price is cost price minus loss, right? Okay, so next we'll see what is profit and loss percent. So profit percent is nothing but, so this is the percentage change we were talking about, right, in the previous videos. So it is selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100. So it is always with respect to the first initial value, cost price, unless otherwise they state it explicitly. If in the question they are stating it is with respect to selling price, then you need to take the denominator as selling price. Otherwise, in general, when they say profit percentage, they are referring to cost price with respect to cost price. Similarly, loss percentage is also cost price minus selling price divided by cost price into 100. Here also it's with respect to cost price only. Okay, so next we'll see about market price and discount. Market price. So in cloth shop if you go, so they would have put a price tag, right, saying this cost some 500, right? So they would have bought the same cloth for, let's say, some 300 rupees, and they add some amount which is 200 rupees here, and they put the price tag as 500 rupees. So this 500 rupees is called marked price, and this is their cost price, 300, for which they buy, and this extra 200 is nothing but markup. So mark price is equal to cost price, which is CP, plus markup. So this markup, they can also express it as percentage of CP. So let's take some cost price is 100 rupees and markup is 50% on cost price. So 50% of cost price is what? 50% of 100 is nothing but 50. So markup is nothing but 50 rupees. So they can also express it as some percentage of cost price. So the marked price will be 150 rupees. Now next what is discount? Discount you would have heard, right? It is some reduction in price they give. But reduction in what price? Is it cost price or is it marked price? So as a customer, we are not aware of the cost price, right? We only see the market price. So the reduction is nothing but it's on the market price. So reduction in market price is discount. So let's say they are giving 10% discount on the same 150 rupees market price. Then the final price we need to pay will be 150 minus 10% of 150. So 10% of 150 is 15. 150 minus 15 is 135 rupees. So this is the concept of discount. Next, what do we have? We have simple and compound interest. Okay. First, let us see what is simple interest. So when we put some amount, invest some amount which is called as a principal amount. Let's say in bank, then they give the bank, let's say this principal amount is some P. This bank states that the rate of interest is nothing but you give some amount, the bank takes it for a certain amount of time and they give you back some additional amount. That is called as interest. For example, if I give the bank some 10,000 and after some 5 years they give back this 10,000 as 12,000 to me, so that extra 2,000 is the interest for me. And the interest is expressed, we need two quantities to express this interest. So three quantities actually. So we want the principal amount, initial amount we invest, the number of years n, and then the rate of interest. This says how fast this amount is growing. So higher the rate of interest, higher the interest itself. So let's denote it by R and this by capital N. So simple interest is nothing but the principal into the number of years into the rate of interest annually. So this says how much for 1 rupee, how much it grows, how much extra interest I can get, and that multiplied by my principal amount will give me the total interest. And this R is usually expressed as percentage. So we just divide this by 100. So this will be the interest earned, which is nothing but 2,000 here. I'll give you an example. Same 10,000 we invest. So P is 10,000. Number of years, we invested for 10 years at the rate of interest of 10%. So what will be the interest after 10 years? So it will be 10,000 into 10 into 10 by 100. So this goes. So I earn an interest of 10,000. This is just the interest. So the principal amount is still there. So we define the term amount. This is nothing but the total sum of money. It is the principal amount plus the interest. So which will be 10,000 plus 10,000, which is 20,000. So almost in 10 years I am getting double the amount of money. So this is the concept of simple interest. Why it is simple, we'll see when we discuss compound interest. Compound interest. So here also the concept is same. You invest some money and you get some interest, but the way the interest is calculated is different. So in the first year I invest 10,000. That gives me an interest of 10,000, let's say 1,000 rupees. So in the second year, instead of just taking this 10,000, I take this interest also. So 11,000 is the total amount. So now I will get an interest of 1,100. So in the third year, it will be 12,100, and upon this I'll get an interest of 1,210, right? So let's say this is like growing each year. The rate is like 10%, right? So 10,000 and 1,000, it is like 10% each year it is growing. So the total interest earned will be, so at the end of the third year I will be having this plus this, right, which will be nothing but 13310. So I will be having 13,310. So let's use the simple interest formula to check what happens there. So we have principal amount 10,000 into number of years is 3 and 10% divided by 100. So we get 3,000 rupees. So the total amount will be 10,000 plus 3,000, which will be 13,000. Oh, but here if you see, we get 13,310. So what is missing here? So in simple interest, in each year, principal is same. Every year the principal is same, and the interest is also then becomes same. However, in compound interest, in the first year, so this we are saying compounded annually. So in the first year, whatever interest it is earned, it is also included for the principal amount in the second year. Similarly for the third year. So that is why it is growing at a faster rate than the simple interest itself. Okay, so we need to derive a formula for this. So in case of simple interest, it was straightforward. But what about compound interest? Let's derive. So initial amount is P and rate of interest is R, and number of years, let's take N. It is R computed annually. Okay, so in the first year, what will be having? Principal is P, R is, so the interest you will get is same, P into R by 100. So the total amount is P into 1 plus R by 100, right? So P plus PR by 100, P is common. So in the second year, the principal amount is nothing but this amount itself, P into 1 plus R by 100, and the interest will be P into 1 plus R by 100 into R by 100. Now if you take common out, P into 1 plus R by 100 into 1 plus R by 100. This is nothing but 1 plus R by 100 whole square. So can you see the amount, how it is changing? Can you predict what it will be in the third year? It will be R by 100 whole cube. So the amount is in some form of GP, right? So the amount in the compound interest is given by P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power N. So here the rate is compounded annually and N is the number of years. Suppose we don't compound it annually. Let's say we compound it half yearly. So half yearly means we calculate the interest for half year, and for the next half year this will become the principal amount. So if you see, we have n number of years, the years will increase by n will increase to 2n, and r itself is the full year rate. So that will go to r by 2 if it is half yearly. So the formula will be p into 1 plus r by 2 by 100 power 2n. Suppose we compound it quarterly. Quarterly means 1/4 of an year. So r will go to r by 4 and n will go to 4n. So let's say half yearly, quarterly, 1 plus r by 4 by 100 whole power 4n. So this is the concept of compound interest. So what do we have next? Depreciation of value. So suppose we buy a mobile phone. So we buy it at rupees 20,000. So if you sell it after, let's say, 1 year, will you be able to sell it at the same price of 20,000? No, right? So that is called as depreciation of value. So the value of goods degrade over time. So this is again, it is degrading compoundedly. So in that case, what we do have, the final value, right? So in the previous things all, r was positive. So if we take this rate, suppose it is depreciating at a rate of 10%, then it is like minus 10%. It is equivalent to saying r is like minus 10%. So the initial value of the good into 1 minus r by 100. R is the rate of depreciation, whole power n. For example, we'll take the same mobile phone example. It is 20,000 and let's say it depreciates at the rate of 10%. So it is 10 by 100, and after 1 year we need to find the cost. So it is 20,000 into, this is 0.9, right? So it will be 18,000. So after 1 year you will not be able to sell it at 20,000 itself. Its value degraded to 18,000. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy learning today. Keep enjoying and keep practicing a lot. Take care. Bye.